friends, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you so much for coming back if you've been here before. Today we are going to be doing a pick a card reading, and this is the winner of the most recent poll. And this is going to be your love story with your future spouse. So we have three options. Option number one is going to be Gomez and Morticia Adams. Option number two is Edward and Bella from Twilight. Option number three is Persephone and Hades from mythology. I don't know why I said it like that. But pause the video if you need to ask yourself which pile, or maybe piles, who knows, has a message for you. And let's talk about what will be included in this reading. Okay, so for this reading, we are going to kick off by looking at who are you and who is your future spouse. This is going to help you confirm if the pile that you have chosen is the right one for you, because you should be able to identify with one of the people being described. We will then jump into how will you meet, like how do you meet your future spouse. We will get some timeline, so when, right? And it's tarot, it's a general pick a card reading, so it's going to be more of a timeline versus an exact date. We will look into what your future spouse is going to absolutely love about you. We will then get into the relationship, the story itself. What is the story of the two of you? We will look into the soul contract that you share with this person. We will look at how you can deepen the connection. And for those of you that have not met this person, this is going to be more of personal, how you can deepen the connection, how you can bring this person closer to you. And finally, we are going to get some advice for you, and we are going to end with some initials and some charms. So if this sounds like something that you are interested in, stick around. If this is where you leave me, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope to see you soon. But let's jump into the reading. Hello, pile number one. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the sticker with Gomez and Morticia Adams. We are going to place that right over here. Hopefully, let's see. Is it going to stay? It stayed. Okay. So as a reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. I did do a reading breakdown that explains exactly what the outline and what is going to be answered during this reading. I highly, highly suggest you check that out. That way you know if this is the right fit for you. I do have that reading breakdown time-stamped below. Also, we are going to kick the reading off by looking at your energy and your future spouse's energy. My intention is that you are on the left and your future spouse is on the right. Sometimes it happens that the energies are flipped-flopped so that you can be on the right and your future spouse can be on the left. If this doesn't sound like you and this doesn't sound like you, it's quite possible that this is not your pile. So try choosing a different pile. Or it could just be that there's no message in this reading for you, which is absolutely okay. Let's get started. Let's start looking at what we have here. So person one, which is, again, my intention is this is you, the viewer. So we have the black egg and the bat. We also have changes. And we have acceptance. And for your future spouse or person number two, we have the rabbit. We have the whale. We have torn. And we have determination. All right, so let's talk about the zodiac signs. As always, I'm going to mention the zodiac signs that I see. That can be extra confirmation. If your sign is not represented, it does not mean that it's not your reading. But for person number one with the black egg, this is a spirit card in this deck. So pretty much every single sign is represented here. The bat is an air sign. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have changes, which to me is also almost like air sign, could be earth. So again, some more Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And with acceptance, I would say that is absolutely Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We're going to talk about person 2 when we get there, because I want to start by talking about person number 1, which I'm going to call the bat person. I don't want to call person number 1 the black egg. But for this bat person, let's talk about who this is, because we have quite a bit of strong energy for this person coming through. With the black egg being here, this is a card in this deck that really speaks to authenticity and truth. And I think for my bat person, being authentic and being aligned with their truth is incredibly important. And I also think that one thing that is very beautiful about this bat person is that this is somebody who knows that things are going to change, things are going to evolve. So this isn't someone who is rigid in their stance or in their beliefs. This is someone who is very teachable. This is someone who is willing to learn and expand. And I also think that this is a person that can really say, I made a mistake, I was wrong, or I've learned and now I understand life from a different perspective. And that is such a powerful, beautiful energy to have show up here. For this black egg person, I think this is someone who is very spiritual, but I also think that this is somebody who is very respectful and very welcoming of other people, especially if they are different from the bat person. And what do I mean by that? This doesn't feel like somebody who is like, who surrounds themselves by the same types of people, or who creates an echo chamber around themselves. This is somebody who really enjoys learning and expanding their worldview through connection with other people. And I think that this bat person is always on a mission of transformation. I would not be surprised if this is somebody who has been through a few dark night of the souls, or somebody who goes through periods of deep transformation. And when I say deep transformation, I'm not talking externally, though I do think there's a possibility here that for some, this bat person can absolutely change their appearance and like their fashion from time to time. But what I mean is much deeper than that. Because I think that the bat person is constantly expanding and trying to better their own belief systems, and they're trying to constantly improve themselves. I also think this is somebody who enjoys learning and who enjoys expanding their knowledge. So, for example, the bat person could be someone that when it comes to career, they are constantly looking for new ways to grow and expand and to gain more knowledge. I would not be surprised if for some, the bat person is somebody who's usually like reading a book or taking a new class or trying to learn something, even if it's not through a traditional means. Like maybe this is somebody who's like on TikTok trying to learn how to do different things, or on YouTube really learning new hobbies, new interests that this person is constantly expanding. And I think that one thing about the bat person is that this is somebody who there's something about this person's voice and the way they communicate. It could be the voice itself. Like this could be somebody who has a very beautiful voice. This could be somebody who maybe sings. But this is also somebody who uses their words wisely and who is very good at communicating. For some, this bat person could absolutely be a public speaker. This could be a teacher. This could be someone who maybe is a writer. There's something about words and the usage of words that is coming up here. I do feel like the bat person, for many of you, this is probably somebody who really enjoys reading books and learning through that modality, and really just also as a hobby, reading books and enjoying that. I also think this bat person is really good at deciphering what is happening around them. And I also think that this bat person is very good when it comes to reading other people. Though I will say I think the bat person tends to give the benefit of doubt to the point where sometimes this can get them burned, right? Like the wrong person will come in and they'll give one too many chances at times. Though I think for some, the bat person has gotten better with boundaries and with upholding those boundaries. Now, I also think the bat person, and I talked about this already, but there's constant transformation that's happening here. There's a rebirth that is happening, and this is this bat person becoming a better version of themselves, but also this is somebody who really takes the lessons that they receive and they apply it and they transform their energy and their understanding of the world. So we have that changes cards a card there that really amplifies this message. This is somebody who goes through a lot of changes, and as I briefly mentioned, for some this is somebody who's going through these changes externally as well, where they could be changing their hair color or their appearance or their style. There's something about this person that is constantly evolving, if you will. And here's the thing. I think at some point the bad person struggled when it came to change and when it comes to just allowing transformation. But I think as the bad person has matured and has grown, they're becoming a lot more comfortable with change and transformation. I also think the bad person has a very beautiful gift that they are able to accept what is happening and they're able to create change from a place of acceptance. So this isn't somebody who is pretending something is not happening. This is not somebody who is spiritually bypassing certain things. This is somebody who can be very grounded in the present moment and say, okay, this is happening. What can I do with this? So this is happening for me, not to me, I think is a big message here for the bat person. And I would not be surprised if as you are watching this, if you are the bat person, if you're going through a deep transformation at this point where maybe there's a closing of one chapter and a beginning of a new one that is currently happening as you are watching this. This is timeless, so whenever you are watching this. And one thing that the bat person is learning to do, and one of the things that the bat person is going to continue to learn throughout this lifetime is how to let go of the past and how to remain present in the present moment. But now let's talk about the rabbit. And let's talk about the zodiac signs first before we get into who this rabbit person is, who this future spouse is. So with the rabbit, we have Earth being represented, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. With the whale, we have water being represented, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We also have some more Earth signs down here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So who is this rabbit person? Who is this future spouse? First and foremost, I think that your future spouse is a problem solver. I think this is somebody who is always looking for a solution. And I think that this person can be pretty extroverted, or at the very least, they're always on the go. I forgot to mention, I think the bat person is very introverted for the most part. But this rabbit person is someone who is constantly moving, constantly doing something. I also have to say, I think that the rabbit person is very passionate, and whatever it is that they're passionate about, they're all in. This isn't somebody who's going half in, half out. They're either all in or all out. And I think that the rabbit person is also someone who has a lot of friends or a lot of close acquaintances. This feels like somebody who is very good at making connections. I would not be surprised if this is somebody who does like some sort of marketing for work, or someone that just has a larger circle around them. I do think the rabbit person is very well liked. And here's the thing. At first glance, these two may not have as much in common, but they really do. Because the bat person is very deep, and on the surface, the rabbit person may not seem as deep, but we also have the whale here. And this is somebody who is very connected to their own depths. This is somebody who is very connected to the workings of their mind. And I think that the rabbit person is somebody who, and here's the thing, everybody is afraid of something. But the thing about the rabbit person is this is somebody who is quite willing to face their fears and quite willing to face any setbacks in order to get to the other side of it. And I have to say, I think the rabbit person tends to overthink and overanalyze. But on the outside, I don't think people realize just how much. I do think that the rabbit person, there's something about the childhood of this person that probably was pretty difficult. And this is somebody who has done so much work to overcome their beginnings. And I think that the rabbit person enjoys going deep. But I also don't think that the rabbit person always has people around them that is able to meet them and go as deep as they want to go. And I think that that's one thing about the bat and the rabbit that they're going to find common ground on, because they're going to be able to talk about just anything, and they're going to be able to kind of get weird with it, right? Like they're going to be able to say what they want to say and have someone that's not only going to listen, but somebody that is going to be interested. One thing that's interesting is that I think that there's a very interesting polarity with this rabbit person, because on the inside, they are actually way more grounded than what they appear to be on the outside. Again, this person is like jumping. Think of a rabbit, like they're just jumping, moving, going on the go. But deep within them, there is this sense of calm and peace and harmony that they have found, that no matter what chaos is happening outside of this person, they are still able to ground themselves. This rabbit person is also very deeply compassionate and kind. And I think that the rabbit person really has no problems showing compassion, kindness, and really being there for the people that they care about. And I also think that that's why the rabbit person has so many people in their corner. And I don't think the rabbit person realizes just how many people are there. One thing about the rabbit is once the rabbit decides that they are going to do something or see it through, it's 100% happening. There's no ifs or buts about it. It's happening. Once this person says, like, that determination, that perseverance is there. This is also somebody who is quite adaptable, and I think that that's something that these two are going to have in common, is they are able to adapt to what comes up for them. I would not be surprised if for some the rabbit person was adopted. That is not going to resonate for all of you, but that's coming through. There's something about the childhood that was very difficult for this person. Again, different things for different people. Take it if it resonates. But one thing about these two is that trust is a requirement for both of these people, especially for the rabbit person. If the rabbit cannot trust you, the rabbit doesn't want you around. And I will say, I think both of these people are also very good at identifying limiting beliefs and identifying in which ways they hold themselves back. And I think that both of these people are very good at working on their own, I guess you can say, shortcomings. But here's the thing, as humans, we all have them, right? So on their own, on their own areas of improvements, the areas that they want to improve upon. I also think the rabbit person really cares about animals. I would not be surprised if this person has at least one pet. Could be a dog. This could be a dog person. This could be a person that has at least one dog that's coming through. But here's the thing. Overall, what the rabbit person is trying to accomplish is to reach a level of stability. And I think stability is going to be super important for both of these people in this connection. All right, let's talk about how are these two going to meet. For those of you that are listening and you've already met this person, this could be confirmation. But if you haven't met this person, how are you going to meet them? We have the Five of Cups, Six of Swords, that transformation there again. Queen of Cups. Where do I want to put you? We're going to put you over here. All right. So how will these two meet? First and foremost, I think that when these two meet, they're going to be meeting after a period that there's a period of grief that happens. And I think, if I'm honest, it's for both of these people, where either something didn't work out in the way that they wanted to, something didn't pan out, or maybe they're coming out of a relationship and they had to deal with some sort of just healing period. But there is this level of these two meeting after a period of difficulty, after a period of grief or loss. And I don't think for most of you this is going to be necessarily like physical loss, like where you're losing a loved one, though it could be like the loss of a relationship with a loved one. And when you meet is when you are walking away. For some of you, you are going to, and this is going to apply for both of these people, you are going to be walking away from either a way of being, a relationship. There's something that you're walking away from. For some of you, it could be like you're walking away from a job and into a new job. But to me, this question, instead of being answered as like you are going to meet when you go to the supermarket or you're going to meet at a concert, this is Spirit really answering this more as to what is happening as you meet and not necessarily where, right? Like, so it's not necessarily giving me the outline of like where this is going to happen. It's like what's going on that leads up to you meeting this person. And I think that when both of you meet, you will be in a place of just, again, you're coming out of a difficult period, but you're grounded in the present moment. And there is a period of healing that's happening here. If I'm honest, I think when you meet, neither one of you is going to necessarily be focused on finding someone. I don't think you're closed off to it, but I don't think it's at the forefront of either of your minds to find somebody. Because it's like, I'm doing my own thing. I'm taking care of myself. I'm showing up in the way that I need to. For some of you, I will say you could meet this person when you go on a trip, on a vacation. You could also meet this person near a body of water. So like maybe you are at the beach, maybe you're going to like a pool, something along those lines. You could meet this person there. But I also think that this is also speaking to where you will be at emotionally. And emotionally, you're in a place of moving forward and really sitting with where you are at and finding comfort and finding acceptance of what has happened for you. Let's take a look at the when. When will you meet? And again, this is going to be more of a time frame. So I have, I think it's 3 cards. So 1 tarot, and then we have 2 timing cards. So we have the King of Pentacles. We have the number 5. You decide for yourself. 5 days, 5 weeks. I actually think that could be 5 months as well. And we have the number 5 again with Thursday, take a stand, follow your energy. So when you are meeting, you will be going through that period of transformation. If I'm honest, 4 to 5 months for some of you. I'm also seeing something in 5 months could be very significant. As I said, this is a timeless reading. So 5 months of whenever you are watching this, it doesn't have to be 5 months of when the video was posted. I do think August could be very significant here. I think summer as a whole can also be very significant here. But I also think what this reading is saying is it's not so much written in stone when you meet this person. It's going to happen when both of you go through this period of transformation, and how each one of you embraces what happens and what you do as it happens, and how you prepare and how you move through that period of transition and grief, or that period of just like having to deal with strong emotions. That's how it's going to unfold. So it's not, again, doesn't feel like one where it's set in stone, which is usually the case. There's usually not like a set in stone date that you meet the person or that you connect with someone. It's usually more energetic, right? Time is a man-made construct. So we make time. Time does not exist in the same way in the spirit world. So this feels like when you meet is when there's a period of change. We have that number 5 there twice. It's during a period of change and transition and transformation. It could very well be on a Thursday. It could be 4 to 5 months. If I'm honest, I'm not getting days or weeks for most of you, though take that as it resonates. But there's a lot of autonomy here over how this is going to unfold. Let's get into more of the juicy information. Pile number 1. Let's start to talk about what is this person going to love about you? What is your future spouse going to love about you? First, we have the 3 of Wands. Okay, I love that. Ooh, the 10 of Cups. Okay. 4 of Wands. Okay. And Justice. Okay. So I'm going to talk about physical things, and I'm also going to talk about deeper things, right? Because what a future spouse likes about you, of course, there's going to be physical stuff, but it's going to be so much more than that. For the physical attributes, take the ones that resonate. I think what your future spouse is going to love about you is going to be, I think this person is absolutely going to love the way that you look. There's something about figure here. For some of you, it's going to be legs. Like you have very beautiful legs. Somebody may have a foot fetish. Am I allowed to say that? I said it. Hopefully YouTube does. YouTube hates all the fun words. But there could be something with like you have very beautiful feet. There's something about foot coming up here. Could be the shoes that you wear as well, like the way that you dress. For someone here, your future spouse is going to love your nose. That's very specific, but that's coming through. Your nose. Someone here has very beautiful hands. Your hands stand out. Your future spouse is going to absolutely love your strength. Your future spouse is going to find you very exciting and very intriguing. Pile number 1. That's coming through. Your future spouse is going to love how nurturing you are, how kind you are, how compassionate you are. I also think you and your future spouse have the same outlook when it comes to connections and family and what those connections are going to look like. So this is definitely a couple where if you both want kids, that's something that you're both going to make happen. But it feels like there isn't too much of we need to compromise, because it feels like both of you essentially want the same things when it comes to like the relationship and what you want out of a relationship. So your future spouse is really going to love how aligned you are. For some of you here, you are either going to be a parent or you are already a parent, and your future spouse really likes to see how much of a great parent you are. Your future spouse is going to love your humor. Some of you have like you're very funny. This doesn't even feel like dry or sarcastic. This just feels like you're just very funny, and your future spouse is going to love that about you. Your future spouse is going to love the adventures that you go on together. They're going to feel like you were worth the wait, because I think there is a level of waiting that both of you have been doing or are going to be doing before you find one another. And there's almost like this, like a sigh. This was worth the wait. This was worth me. Like, this was worth me going through this. Like, I would do this again if it means I get my pile number one person. I believe I mentioned this, but the way that you style yourself, the way that you dress is very attractive to your future spouse. And I don't think I said this, but we did have the rabbit here. So this is somebody who's going to be very passionate, there's going to be a lot of chemistry here. Very hands-on. Physical touch is going to be very important to your future spouse. Your future spouse is going to love your creativity, and your future spouse loves your overall energy. Pile number one, you come across as like very just grateful and happy, and your future spouse is going to love that. Some of you are going to either like go to the gym with this person, or you're going to go on adventures. There's something very physical about this connection for some of you, and your future spouse is going to absolutely love that about the connection and about you. Your future spouse feels very supported by you. Your future spouse is going to love that you allow them to be who they are. You bring balance to one another, and your future spouse not only recognizes that, but they love that as well. All right, let's talk about the relationship itself. We have quite a few, so let's see. First, we have the Fool card, the Ten of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles. Are they all within frame? We're going to go with that. All right. Pile number one. Let's talk about the relationship, your love story with this person. First and foremost, this is going to be very passionate. This is going to be somebody that you like and respect, and somebody that likes you and respects you as a person. So even though the passion is there, even though the chemistry is there, that's not what this relationship is built on. I think there's a deep understanding here that you both have of one another, where you know where your future spouse is coming from. They know where you're coming from. There's a deep understanding of how the other person works and how the other person's minds and emotions work. And not only is there an understanding, there is a respect for that. When it comes to the relationship itself, this is going to be your person. This is the person that you can come home to and you can share your stories with. You can share how your day went. And this isn't somebody who's just listening in or half listening and they're not paying any attention. This is going to be like, if you come home and you say, this specific coworker, your spouse is going to know who that is, even if they've never met them. They are going to, like, this is your hype man or woman, and you are going to be hyping them up as well. Like, this is your number one cheerleader. This is your number one support system. I think at when you both meet, the attraction is pretty instant. But I also think that the friendship that is going to be built here is going to be very significant. So this is somebody that you truly enjoy spending time with, and they enjoy spending time with you. I think for both of you, adventure is going to be very important. And for some of you, what that adventure looks like is going to be different things for different people. But I do think for some of you, like traveling is going to be a big thing, or like getting to explore different types of restaurants or different types of places, or going to like just going somewhere. I feel like there's a lot of adventure here. I also think that you are going to build a family with this person. Now, everybody's definition of what exactly their ideal family looks like is going to be different. But I think for most of you, there will be children involved here, whether it's children previously from previous relationships, or whether it's you have children with this future spouse, or it's a combination of both. I think for most, there is a level of a more traditional family. And I think that for this group, I think for most of you, this will be a traditional relationship in the sense of you're both going to be quite comfortable taking on certain roles within that relationship. I also think that this is going to be a connection where you're going to be able to let your guard down, and so is your future spouse. So I can talk to you about anything. I can come in and you are going to make me feel better because I'm going to be able to just express myself. And you're going to listen, and vice versa. So I'm going to offer you that as well. I also think there is a lot of patience in this relationship. Like you are both patient with one another because everyone has flaws, and I think that one another's flaws are not going to be something that is going to be so either big or annoying, or like something that is going to take over. This feels like for both of you, there's so much support where you're able to say like, yeah, that's a flaw that my partner has, but I love that about them. Like that's what makes them who they are. So there's a lot of patience, there's a lot of understanding. I also think that both of you are going to have some of the same hobbies. So this could be as simple as you both enjoy the same movies and the same TV shows, so you can spend time together doing that. It could also be like, let's go take a class, or let's go play a sport together, or let's go to the gym together. This is a relationship where there's a lot of partnership happening. And again, you want to spend time with your person. Because sometimes you hear about married couples and they just like, they don't seem to like each other. That's not going to be you, pile number one. Like you truly like this person. And I think that this person is going to be very encouraging of you, and you are going to be very encouraging of them. Like there's a lot of just, I almost want to say like, this person is going to boost your confidence, and you're going to do that for them. And here's the thing. We all know that somebody cannot give you confidence. Somebody cannot like just give you that, right? You have to have some level of it on your own. But it does feel like a lot of encouragement and a lot of reinforcement, and which is going to help both of you thrive as well. There's a lot of romance here. There is a lot of physical attraction, physical connection, a lot of intimacy. I think this is somebody that you are going to be able to be silent with, in the sense of like, we don't necessarily always have to talk. We don't necessarily always have to entertain one another. We can just exist in each other's presence, and that's enough, and that's comfortable. Pile number one, for some of you, traveling is really, I know I've said this before, but traveling is really going to be important in this connection. And here's the thing, pile number one, this absolutely is going to feel like we were meant to be. And this was meant to happen. And if I had to do it again, I would do it all over again, if that meant that I would end up with you. So, as far as your love story, this is very just passionate. But again, the friendship is there. I don't want to say friends to lovers because I think initially the attraction is there. And I don't think this starts out as necessarily just a friendship. But friendship is at the center of this. And there is so much admiration from both sides. And you're both going to build a lot of security together. I think you're also going to have a friend group. This is giving the vibe of a couple that entertains. Like you could have people over, you could take vacation with your friends. This really feels like there's a lot of connections here at play. Even when you argue pile number 1, you're going to resolve the issues pretty quickly. This doesn't feel like we're going to hold on to resentment or we're going to just be petty about certain things. And I think for this group, like, even when you do argue, you learn from it. So, like, next time, you're not arguing about the same exact thing. This really is standing out to me as, like, grandparents. Like, you and your future spouse being grandparents at some point. There's going to be a lot of love here. And I also think that the in-laws are going to get along. And I think that you will get along with your in-laws and your future spouse will get along with their in-laws as well. So I don't feel like family drama here, which is so good, pile number 1. Congratulations on that one. I don't know why, but like if somebody wants a library in their house or like a lot of books, there may be like a room that's just dedicated to books, like a little library in your home. I think both of you are very intellectual. All right, let's take a look at what is this soul contract that you have with your future spouse. The Ace of Pentacles. Yep, that makes sense. King of Swords. And the Ten of Wands. So, your soul contract with your future spouse, first and foremost, I do believe this is going to be a soulmate connection. I do believe this is going to be like somebody that you've had probably at least one past life with, if that is something that you believe in. Your soul contract with this person is meant to set foundations, right? This is somebody that you are meant to grow with. This is somebody that you are meant to evolve with. And this is somebody that you are going to build a legacy with. So part of your soul contract is both of you coming together. And I think that to some extent and to some level, it's about two families coming together, because I think this is bigger than just the two of you. Like it could be that like your parents just get along, or like it could be that there's a strong friendship that's built between some members of the opposing families. But this feels like two family lines that are meant to come together to build new foundations and to build something for the future. Your soul contract with your future spouse is exactly that. It is building a new line. It's like both of you are going to branch off and create your own tree together. And I'm going to say this. Take it if it resonates. For some of you, your descendants are supposed to do something very meaningful in this world. So like part of the contract is we come together not only for just the two of us, not only for our own experience, but because this is going to lead to something bigger than ourselves. And for some of you, it could be like a child or a grandchild. If that resonates, take it. If it doesn't, leave it. I also think that this is a soul contract where both of you are supposed to experience what intellectual connection and understanding is. And also, this is a soul contract that is meant to help you both move away from the struggle and from the heaviness of life and experience goodness and experience support and experience true connection with someone else, right? It's about I am going to prioritize myself. And as I do that, I bring somebody in who is also doing that. And through us prioritizing ourselves and doing what is right for ourselves, we are going to find somebody who is going to show up and teach us the meaning of love and the meaning of connection and how beautiful it can be. I think especially for the rabbit person, that's a big message that's coming through. All right, pile number 1. Let's get into how you can deepen this connection. So, a little bit of a disclaimer for this part. If you know who this is, obviously these are things that you can do with this person. If you are still trying to bring this person into your life, if you're still trying to manifest this person, this is about deepening the connection and bringing this person closer. Ooh, the King of Wands. 3 of Cups. The Devil card. Okay. So, pile number 1. Let's talk about if you don't know who this is first. So, if you are someone and this resonates for you, but you still have yet to meet this person, and I think if you haven't met this person and you picked pile number 1, you're probably dealing with a level of impatience and a level of just, is this really going to happen for me or not? And I think there are a few ways that you can deepen the connection. And some of them are going to sound cliche, but here we go. First and foremost, continue to honor your own path. You don't have to put your life on hold. Understand that the more you honor your path, the more you honor your purpose, the more you put yourself first and you prioritize your desires and your dreams and what it is that you are here to create, the closer this person comes in. You are not going to miss out by living your life. You are probably going to speed things up. So, for example, if you are waiting for your person in order to do something, that doesn't have to be the case. You don't have to wait for this person. You can do things on your own. And when this person comes in, you can then do them again together. So do not put your life on hold. This is also speaking to connections, right? Not only building connections as you move through life, because I think for some of you, there are connections that are ready to be built. These could be friendships, these could be like work partnerships, but building connection, but also really being present in the connections that already exist within your life. So connecting to your loved ones, connecting to the people around you, making sure that you are nurturing the connections that are already in your life. And for some of you, really leaning in and if you're struggling one day, just saying to your loved ones, like, this is not a good day for me, and allowing them to love on you. And with the Devil card, work on anything that feels limiting, on anything that feels like scarcity, on anything that feels like it's keeping you trapped. So this could be regularly checking in with your limiting beliefs, for example, especially when it comes to love. Like, do you believe this is going to be possible for you? This is also about freeing yourself from anything that you have outgrown and anything that is not meant for you. And I will say for some of you, in order to deepen the connection, when you are experiencing pleasure, you know what I mean, we're all adults here. That's one way that you can connect to your future spouse as well. 18 plus reading is coming. I promise. I just have to. It's been a month, so I just have to record it. It should be out next 2 weeks, but that's coming through. For those of you that may already know who this is, and I think for most of you this is going to be somebody new, but for most of you, for those of you that do know who this is already, how to deepen the connection, go on dates, have fun, physically connect, be intimate with one another, keep the excitement alive. And also, some of what I told the people that haven't met this person yet also applies to you. Let's talk about the advice for my viewer, and we have a few cards here. So first, we're going to look at what must be surrendered, something that you are ready to surrender in order to welcome this in. And we have surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. So grounding yourself, going out, moving your body, especially if you're overthinking. Let's see. Actually, you know what? Let's do these first. We have let go of the need to control, allow this situation to unfold naturally. Yeah, so there's nothing you need to do to control this. Actually, what you can do to control, to allow this to happen is to surrender it. Be present. You will attract love by enjoying your life as it is. Wherever you are, be all there. And that's part of the message on how to deepen the connection. It's like, be present, do what you need to do, and allow this to find you. Allow this to come together when it's meant to. Decision, it's time to decide about this relationship. And past life, I said this earlier, your soul remembers this intense connection. Yeah, for many of you, this is going to be somebody that you've connected with before. As far as the decision, I think for some of you, what this is speaking to is decide what you want and stick to it. So if you've been wishy-washy and you're like, I want this, but you know what? It's not going to happen. So I'm just going to tell myself I don't want it. We're not doing that. We're not doing that, babe. You can say, I want this, and you can feel sad, angry, all the things that it's not happening when you want it to. But you don't have to fool yourself into thinking that you don't want something that you do want, because that creates delays. So decide that you want this and want it with all of your heart and soul. And yeah, you surrender it, right? We're not holding on to it. But we're still saying this is what I want. And I know that can be very counterintuitive, right? Like, you want me. What do you mean I'm supposed to want this, but also surrender it? You can want something and put it out into the universe and not necessarily have to control it and still know that it's going to come in for you. But all right, let's see what the affirmators are. Stop. Okay. Surrender. Hear ye, hear ye. You are hereby being called to unclench your grip on any old thought patterns that are getting in your way. Surrender any ideas that make you feel like a victim of circumstance or which make your dream relationship seem like an impossibility. The mayor of reinvention has just arrived and has made the following decree. Limiting beliefs about yourself and your life are forthwith officially and indefinitely declared for the birds. There we go. That's a decree. Then we have harmony. I know in my heart that when something is right, it feels easy and breezy, even though that sounds cheesy. With this in mind, I banish all stress, insecurity, and tedious work from my relationships. Then I invite harmonious relationships into my life and let them show up on their own time. Easy breezy things are rarely punctual. And we had that devil card that speaks to that as well. I think that's a big one for this group. All right, so we are going to look at this card. This is a goddess that can help you manifest this. Then we are going to get some charms. Then we're going to get some initials. And I will finally let you go. All right, let's see. So we have Goddess Isis with Awakening. My journey is an evolution of many lessons and renewals. I am expanding. Wow, that's beautiful, because that was definitely the energy of the bat and the rabbit. So that could be a goddess that you work with. We are going to put this beautiful little dish right over there. We are going to pick some charms. I really need to These are very full, so I'm going to try to look away, and I know I'm going to make a mess. I picked way more than what I wanted to. All right, so first and foremost, what did I say? The airplane. There's travel here. You are going to be traveling. The tree of life, pile number 1. What did I say? For some of you, you coming together is part of the soul contract, not only just for one another, though that is going to be significant, but there's something about the tree, the family tree, the something that you're going to build together that is going to bring in a lot of future positivity to the world. Then we have the moon. A lot of emotions here. There's a lot of deep emotions here. Let's see what else we have. The lemniscule, which again, there's a sense of eternity to this. I do think you've connected to this person prior to. We have a cross. So I do think both of you are spiritual. Somebody could have grown up in a religious household. To me, this is the circle of trust. Talk about meet the parents. But that's what that signifies to me. There's a lot of trust here. I always see these as like books for some reason, and that makes sense because we talked about it for this group. Then we have the flamingo. A lot of adventure, playfulness. I also think the beach is going to be very significant. We have a black swan. To me, this is transformation, but also how beautiful you are in the eyes of your future spouse and how beautiful they are in your eyes. We have a birdie, so a lot of synchronicities that are going to come through. I also think there's a lot of love in this connection. We have the peace sign. Okay, that's what that was. So this is going to bring a lot of peace to both of you. And then what is this? I don't think I've ever seen this. Yeah, you're going to treat each other like royalty, and emotionally, there's a strong connection here. For this group, if you work with angels, asking your guardian angels and working with specific like archangels can be very helpful in bringing this together as well. Let's get some initials, and then I will set you free, pile number 1. I talk too much. I'm trying not to look. All right. Let's see what we have. First, we have X. Professor X. Xavier. I need to stop. We have I. Oh, the nerd. G. What is this? This is a Z. O. V. U. Another I. An E. An H. An L. There's gonna be a lot of love here. I'm seeing love. For some reason, I keep thinking about like Professor X and Xavier and X-Men. But that's just things I watch and read and think about. So that could be me, but that's coming through. There's going to be a lot of hugs here, a lot of comfort. I'm seeing the word vixen for some reason, even though I don't see an N, but I'm seeing vixen. There's a lot of sex appeal in this connection. There's a lot of like sexiness. And a lot of physical attraction. I mean, you picked Gomez and Morticia. That's what they're known to be, quite passionate. I'm seeing the name Jen, but with a G, G-E-N, Jen. For some of you, you could be Gen Z. That's coming through. Vinny. I don't know why. I'm seeing N's. Even though there's no N there, I'm seeing a lot of N's. Lux. I'm sure you guys are seeing so much more than I am. Please let me know in the comments what you see. But pile number 1, that is what I have for you. Claim it in the comments. Let's see, what are we claiming in the comments for this one? I surrender to love, because that's all you have to do, pile number 1, and it's going to come in for you. And it's going to come in when it's meant to, and it's going to be beautiful. And I hope you come back to this and let me know once you meet this person, or if you know this person, let me know in the comments. But I surrender to love. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all the things that help me out with YouTube, and share the video if you think it's worth sharing. Let me know what else you'd like to see next. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the Edward and Bella heart sticker. So as a reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. Also, for this reading, I did do a reading breakdown, which is time-stamped below. It's going to tell you exactly what we are going to be looking into and what is going to be answered during this reading. I highly, highly suggest you check that out, because that tells you if this is worth your time. Finally, we are going to be looking into who you are and who your future spouse is, and that is how we are going to start the reading. And the purpose for that is to tell you if this is the right pile for you. So my intention is that my viewer is on the left and your future spouse is on the right. If this doesn't sound like you and this doesn't sound like you, this is probably not your pile. Try choosing a different one. Also, sometimes the energies can be reversed, so you could be here and your future spouse could be here. But again, if neither one of them are you, it's probably not your pile. So try choosing a different one, or it could be that there's no message for you in this specific reading, which is okay. Let's start. Ooh, okay, so pile number 2. We are starting off with like dolphin energy. I love that. Okay. And raccoon. Who are you, pile number 2? I love this. The raccoon is my favorite animal. All right, we have the goddess. Whew. And then we have transcend. Okay. Pile number 2, that is quite the energy. Now let's take a look at your future spouse or person number 2. We have the beaver. We have the cosmic egg. We have home. And we have abundance. Okay. Talk about these strong behind energies. Okay. So we're going to start by talking about the dolphin person, and then we're going to talk about the beaver person. I will refer to this side as the dolphin, this side as the beaver. Just, it's easier for me. So before we get started, I want to talk about the zodiac signs for the dolphin. We have water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and we have Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn being heavily represented. We also have more Earth down here with these 2 cards. Actually, I could say transcend could be fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But let's talk about this dolphin person, because this is somebody, this person's vibe is so beautiful, so welcoming, so lighthearted. And I think that this dolphin person is a joy to be around. This feels like somebody who is just wanting to enjoy life, wanting to have a good time, and someone who is so supportive of their loved ones, someone who is so supportive of the people around them. This dolphin person could quite literally have been a cheerleader, but I also think that this is someone who is a cheerleader to the people that they care about. And the dolphin is incredibly intelligent and incredibly resilient and resourceful, because we have that raccoon there as well. This dolphin person is a healer, in every sense of the word. For some, the dolphin person could work in a healing profession. So it could be something like Reiki, something where this person does spiritual work, or it could be something more traditional where this could be somebody who's like a pharmacist, a nurse, a doctor, a teacher, a therapist. I'm sure there's so many more healing professions. Those are the ones that are coming to mind right now, but you get what I mean. But this dolphin person, there's a lightheartedness about them. There's also just this beautiful light that this person puts out into the world. And I think that the dolphin person does operate from the divine feminine. This is somebody who is very nurturing, very kind, very loving, very compassionate. And I think that for the dolphin person, there's a very bright, like I think yellow, orange, pinkish aura that this person carries. And there's almost something magnetic about this person. This is somebody that, you know, to be cliche, they walk into the room and they light the room up, or they can absolutely command attention when they walk into a room. And the thing about the dolphin is that this is somebody who has such a strong presence because of their strong connection to spirit. And this dolphin person, I really believe this is somebody that knows how to have a good time. And I think for many, the dolphin person is very much connected to their inner child. There's a very strong inner child connection coming through here. I also think that this dolphin person is incredibly just funny. And there's something about their laughter that really stands out to other people. And this dolphin person is the type of person that lights up your day just when you come in contact with them. Like, you can be having a rough day and the dolphin comes into your life and they just smile at you and they make it somewhat better. And I think that that's part of what's so beautiful about this dolphin person is that I think they really show up in their life and in their community, and they make the world a better place. For some, this is somebody who is actually not only available, but actually active within their community. They're doing something to help the community. This could be somebody that has a cause that is very important to them, and they show up and they do what needs to be done. And I also think that the dolphin person is the type of person that they're going to hold the door open for you. They're going to send you a card. They're going to get you a Christmas gift. They're going to remember your birthday. This is somebody who's very thoughtful, very, very present, and very loving. And as I said, I think the dolphin person operates from the divine feminine. But I also think the dolphin person is connected to their divine masculine energy. And as a reminder, we all have divine masculine, divine feminine energies, yin and yang. But we also have the raccoon here. And I think the raccoon also speaks to the playfulness of this person. And I think the raccoon can also speak to how present this dolphin person can be. And this dolphin person is also somebody who is very creative. For some, this person could be a speech therapist. That just came through very clearly. So take it as confirmation if it resonates for you. But this dolphin person is so generous, so giving. And I think that this dolphin person probably has at least one or two like close friends. But I also think that this is somebody that when they walk into a room, they can create connections quite easily. But as I was saying, this dolphin person is quite creative. And I would not be surprised if there's some sort of anonymity to this dolphin person, because the raccoon mask is standing out to me, right? Where maybe this is somebody that has like, this is almost like the vibe of like, if you are a writer, you have a pen name and you don't necessarily use your own name to put your work out there. But I also think that that mask is speaking to this dolphin's person's ability to adapt and be flexible in whatever area they're in. And one thing that I do want to say about the dolphin person is that the dolphin person can be quite competitive, and that the dolphin person can also, like, this isn't somebody who is just nice for the sake of being nice, because, like, if you cross them, this is giving F around and find out vibes as well. And I don't think people always expect that. Like, this dolphin person is quite willing and able to stand up for themselves when they need to. I do think this dolphin person can be a little bit both of like a morning owl, but also, I'm sorry, a morning owl. Actually, that's exactly how I would describe this person, but like a morning bird and a night owl type of thing. Like, I think that this person kind of goes in between those energies where sometimes it's like morning time, they are bouncing up and they're completely energetic, and then they go through periods where it's like, all right, now I'm kind of in my nocturnal. This is somebody who is also very close to the moon cycles and very close to the seasons of the year. And this dolphin person, again, don't get it twisted. This is somebody who they can transcend, they can deal with darkness. And that's what's mostly powerful about this person, is because even though they can, they still choose the light, and they still choose to operate from the light. There's something very regal about this dolphin person as well. Like, the way that they carry themselves, the way that they walk, there's something very regal about this person. Now let's talk about the beaver. So when it comes to the beaver person, we do have water being represented here as well. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The cosmic egg in this deck represents spirit. So this could be all signs are represented for this person. But we also have home, which is earth energy. And we have abundance, which is earth energy. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But as I said, with the cosmic egg being here, this person is represented by all the signs. So every single sign would be valid here. And as I said, they're just the zodiac signs are meant to be confirmation. They're not meant to exclude. So let's talk about this beaver person, because they are represented by quite the energy. And one thing that I want to point out is that if you look here, we have a lot of like rainbow color, and then we have a lot of like that black and white. And for the beaver person, it's reversed. So we have the black and white-ish color first, and then we have the rainbow. So there's a lot of similarities between these two. But how those energies represent themselves or how they present themselves can be very different. So this beaver person, harmony, peace, tranquility is extremely important to this person. This is somebody who is not afraid to cut you out of their life if you bring drama into their life. My beaver person is not feeding into drama. They don't have time for it. They don't have energy for it. This is not somebody that you're going to call and gossip and they're going to stay on the phone. They got no time for it. They may actually tell you to call the person and deal with it head on. This beaver person is also very much connected to oneness consciousness. This is somebody who is very good at reading other people. This is somebody that's very good at knowing what's happening in their surroundings, not only with other people, but with environments. Like, they can read the room quite well, and they can pick up on energies quite well. And one thing about the beaver person is this is somebody who is very self-aware, and this is somebody who is constantly improving themselves. They don't want to be the same version of themselves every single day. They want to find improvement. And I think for many of the beavers, they could be into like some sort of workout routine. Like maybe this is somebody who's a runner. Maybe this is somebody who plays a sport. There's something about improving the body for this person. I also think this person is very conscious about what they put into their body as well, like as far as foods and beverages. This feels like somebody who is very health conscious. And I also think this beaver person is incredibly attractive. I have to say that. Same with the dolphin person. These two are incredibly attractive, and we're going to get more into that. But one thing about the beaver is that at times, the beaver is not afraid to walk their own path. The beaver can quite easily disconnect and kind of do their own thing, especially when they feel like they have to improve something or they have to accomplish something. I think the dolphin is more of an extrovert and the beaver is more of an ambivert. Like I think this person can really go in between, though that can probably be true for both of these people. And one thing that is extremely important for the beaver person is to feel connected. But not only to other people, it's to feel connected to self, to source, like feel like they belong. So for the beaver, having a sense of belonging is super important. And I think that's why the home card is here. Because for the beaver, their home, not only the home that they live in, but their internal home, their body, their mind, their emotional state is so important. And that's part of what they prioritize. And again, that's why they don't feed into drama. They do not accept drama. And this beaver person really enjoys creating comfort for their loved ones. And this could be someone that like their home is truly a reflection of who they are. And this beaver person this is somebody who's a hard worker, right? We have this person being represented by the beaver. This is a hard worker. This is somebody who's very determined. This is somebody who is very loyal. This is also somebody where their friends and family, like their actual friends and family, the people that they are close to, this person is incredibly loyal to them. And I think for the beaver, making sure that they have something in their life that is meaningful as far as work and relationships is incredibly important. This is not somebody that does casual relationships. This is not somebody that does situationships. It has to be significant. It has to be meaningful, or they are not partaking. And I think sometimes the beaver can really work themselves a bit too hard. And I think the beaver can really burn out at times. But here's the thing, pile number 2. The beaver is very good at creating abundance. But I also think that this is somebody who is very financially savvy. This is not somebody who's just burning their money or wasting their money. They are very intentional about how they use their resources because they know what it takes to work for those resources. So I think this could be somebody who is somewhat frugal. But overall, this beaver is somebody who enjoys being of service to others. And I think that's something that these two have in common, is that they really show up for other people and they allow the best version of themselves to show up and help other people. Let's talk about how you will meet. So how are you meeting this person for those of you that haven't met them yet? And if you have met them, there could be confirmation as to how you did meet. Ooh, the 3 of Swords. Okay. Unexpected, but it's here. 6 of Cups. And then we have the 8 of Swords. Okay. So this is going to be similar to a different pile where it wasn't like I met this person. Like, it's not necessarily giving me how you meet this person as to like the exact place and location. This is more talking to what's happening where you are both at when you meet. And we have the Three of Swords here. So I do think for most of my pile number twos, I think this is going to play out in one of two ways. First, for some of you, there's a level of heartbreak that happens that leads you to this person. So for some of you, it could be that you were in a relationship with someone else. It could be that you were already married and like this could be a second marriage for you, where you get your heart broken, you have to go through the healing period, through the healing phase, and then you meet this person. So it's almost like for some of you, there could be a false start with someone or a false soulmate that you connect with and it doesn't end up working, but that was part of a lesson. That's part of the way it was supposed to unfold. And then as you are healing, as you are moving through, as you get to a better place, this person comes in. For others of you, and I don't think this is for as many as of you, but take it if it resonates. This could be somebody that you either had a false start with or somebody that there was a relationship, you break up, and then maybe down the line you get back together. Take that as it resonates. But this is a soulmate connection. This is somebody that you are meant to connect with. I do think for some of you, part of what you will be doing healing around is relationships and what was demonstrated to you when you were growing up about relationships. So this could be, I come from a home where my parents were divorced or where there was a lot of fighting, where there was a lot of things coming up. And I had to work through that. And I had to do the work because there are some limiting beliefs here. There are some things that were kind of keeping me trapped about that story and about what I thought was true around love, that as I work through that, then I get to the other side of this and I'm able to meet my person. And again, this feels like it's for both of you, not just one of you. And for those of you where you resonate with the message that this is somebody that you've already connected with and there's like a breakup or there's like a separation phase, that time is to allow growth to happen on both sides and to allow time for the, how do I say this? For the lessons to really sink in and to really ground into practice, right? To be allowed to kind of be practiced and be integrated into each other's existence. But I think that the how you connect or how you meet has to do more with where you are at emotionally, mentally, and what is happening in your life prior to you connecting to this person. Now, I do want to say for some of you, this could be somebody that you connect with from the past that maybe you never had a relationship with, but this could be like a childhood friend or somebody that you went to school with. For some of you, you could meet this person through some sort of workshop that's coming through. For someone here, a friend can introduce you to this person. But the how is you breaking free from scarcity mindset, from limiting beliefs, and you moving away from something that caused a lot of pain, a lot of heartbreak. There could even be a level of betrayal that eventually leads you to this person. So, for example, if you're in a relationship and it ends because somebody cheated or somebody betrayed your trust, it eventually leads you to this person. All right, pile number 2. Let's talk about when. Let's look at when. What's possible here? And this is going to be more of like possible time frames versus exact dates, but let's see what we get here. So we have the 6 of Wands. We have Sagittarius with November 23rd to December 21st. And it's the number 9. Find a new meaning. 9 weeks, 9 months. And 6 to 9 could be significant. We have Saturday with the number 7. Search for joy. Stay agile. And then we have the number 8 with Scorpio. Ooh, so we have Scorpio and Sagittarius with October 24th to November. I was going to say, am I going to say December? November 22nd. Heal the wounds, 8 weeks, 8 months. So I think this is actually the perfect message as far as time frames for this group. 6 to 9 seems to be significant here. So we're talking 6 weeks to 9 weeks, 6 months to 9 months. For some of you, I do think this could happen next year. So take that as it resonates. This is a timeless reading. So I'm talking time frames as to whenever you are finding this video, but it's being recorded in March 2025. But I think that what's important here is that it's also really confirming the previous message of the how. And I think what's going to happen here for this group, it's as you heal. And I know that sounds so cliche and so annoying, and I know it's going to piss someone off who's going to be in the comments just screaming at me. I'll take it. But it feels like as you move through this period of difficulty, of heartbreak, of just heaviness, that's when you make space for this. And one thing that I want to say for my pile number 2s is keep hope alive. Keep hope alive is so important for this group. And I also think that this 6 of Wands is speaking to when you connect with this person, you are allowing yourself to be seen, fully seen, your authentic self, and you are allowing yourself to be vulnerable. And I know those are like buzzwords, right? Like vulnerability and authenticity and all the things. But what I mean by that is you're going to be feeling so much more comfortable in your own skin. And I almost feel like for this group, there's like this energy of like, I don't even care. Like if I meet the right person, great. But I'm not going to try to impress someone. I'm not going to try to be someone I'm not. I am not going to try to fit in to somebody's ideals of who I should be. And guess what? That's the authenticity. And I think you are focused on being the best version of yourself when this person comes in. But October through December, super significant. And that would put us at like 7 to 9 months from the time this is being recorded. Keep that in mind. All right, so let's take a look at what they'll love about you. So what is this person going to love about you? And we're going to talk about anything that comes up physically, but also we're going to get deeper than that because, you know, this is your future spouse. So there's going to be way more that they're going to love about you. Ooh, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Then we have the 7 of Wands. The Queen of Wands. Okay, pile number 2. Who are you? Pile number 2. If you are the dolphin person, you are being represented by a dolphin, a raccoon, a Queen of Pentacles, and a Queen of Wands. I hope you know how badass you are, and I hope you know how beautiful you are and how much you are appreciated and loved. I have to say that. Okay, so what will your future spouse love about you? First and foremost, you're just beautiful. Like, not only are you physically beautiful, there's something about your aura, your energy, your vibe, just who you are, how you carry yourself that is just so beautiful. I feel like your future spouse is going to notice you, and your future spouse is just going to be in awe of you from the moment that you meet. And here's the thing. You are very welcoming. You are very loving. You are very fun. But you're also incredibly resilient, and you are not afraid of a challenge. You are very intelligent, and your future spouse is going to love that. And I think that you come across as like really, like you are a good time. Because like people want to spend time with you. People want to hang out with you. People want to connect with you, but you're also honest and reliable, and you mean what you say, and you back up your words with actions, and your future spouse is going to love that about you. For some of you, you have a beautiful chest area that's coming through. There's something about your figure that's coming through. For some of you, your hair, the way you wear your hair or you style your hair. Some of you have very curly hair or wavy hair. That's coming through. Some of you have, there's something about the hair color as well. It could be like reddish, brownish. It could be a fantasy-like color. Some of you have highlights in. It's something about the hair that this person is really going to like. There's something about your neck and chest area that's coming through as like very beautiful. Like it's going to really be attractive to your future spouse. I think you're going to be able to keep up with your future spouse. For some of you, you keep yourself very active, and that's something that you're going to have in common with your future spouse. It's your aura, it's your vibe. It's very inviting, it's very confident, it's very playful. You focus on yourself, you don't care what other people are doing. You don't and I don't mean that in a bad way, in the sense of like you're not worried about what anyone else is doing unless it's to lift them up. You are not someone who wants to knock somebody else down. I'm hearing eagerness. Like there's an eagerness to you. Like there's something like it's very exciting. Some of you, there's something very specific about the way that you keep your nails. Maybe you get your nails done. Could be toenails as well, but like something about the nails. It's very interesting because it's not necessarily the hands, it's the nails. That's very specific. Your future spouse is going to love how nurturing you are. Some of you may work with children, animals, or other people. We talked about that when I talked about the dolphin, because I think most of you will be the dolphin. There's something about the eyes as well. I'm almost seeing like your eyes glimmer. That's a very interesting description, but it's like a glimmer in the eyes. Your future spouse is going to love your excitement about life. Pile number 2, you just get excited. Like you love life, and there's a lot of excitement here. I'm trying to see if anything else comes through. You come across as very confident, and your future spouse is going to love that. Some of you don't always feel confident, but you come across as like very confident in yourself, and it's very sexy to your future spouse. All right, let's talk about the relationship, the story, the relationship, what's going to happen here. All right, so first we have the World card, King of Cups, the Moon card, okay, Page of Cups. There's a lot of romance here. There's a lot of feelings here. 6 of Cups, again, we saw that 6 of Cups there, and the Hanged Man. Okay, so let's talk about the relationship, your love story with this person, what we are here for. First and foremost, I'm going to say that this is one of those relationships where you see one another and you are attracted to one another. This doesn't feel like we're friends to lovers. We have to build this up. This doesn't feel like enemies to lovers. This feels like, I hate to say this because I don't believe in love at first sight, but it almost feels like that, right? Because love is an action, love is a choice, love is all those things, but it's giving love at first sight. Actually, you did choose Edward and Bella over there, so that makes sense. And And I think that this is a connection where there's a brand new beginning for both of you when you connect to one another. This really feels like we are connecting, we are building something new, and the past is gone. This is us building our future together. And for those of you that already know who this person is and you've gone through like either a false start or a breakup, a separation with this person, this makes even more sense for you because there's almost like this period of time where this was before us and this is after us and we're choosing us. There's going to be a lot of emotional connection in this marriage, in this relationship. So these are two people that are willing to be open, willing to be in love, emotionally available, emotionally intelligent, coming together. And I think that the emotions are going to run really deep with these two people. I think that these are going to be two people that feel things very deeply. And I'm not going to be honest. I'm not going to lie to you. I even think there may be a little bit of jealousy of like, and I don't feel like it's unhealthy, but it's almost like a little possessive, a little bit like jealous energy of like, I want you, you are mine. Not in a scary way, I promise. But it's like there's a subtle hint of that, of like, and I think both of these people like that energy. Like it's not like, oh, this is gonna be annoying. I think both of these people are gonna like it. But there is a little bit of like, I just want to be in your skin type of energy to this. But I don't feel it's fully codependent in a negative way. It feels like it's just very passionate. I would not be surprised if these two, one or both of these two, have like Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Venus, especially a like Scorpio Venus is coming through, or like a Lilith in like Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is a love story where these two people are fully connected. There's a lot of romance here. There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of first. These two are going to share a lot of firsts together. So like the first time we go, I don't know, skydiving, the first time we go on vacation to this place, like they're doing a lot of firsts together. That could also mean in the bedroom, there's going to be some first for these two together. There's a lot of excitement here that both of these people are going to appreciate, but there's also a sense of emotional safety, which is why I think it allows so much exploration inside and outside the bedroom for these two. They are going to both be nurturing of one another, but I think pile number 2, your future spouse is going to be very protective, very nurturing of you. This is somebody who's going to provide a lot of security, a lot of emotional safety for you as well. For those of you that do want children, I do think that is going to happen in this connection. Take that as it resonates. I don't think it's going to be for everyone. I think these are two people that are going to be willing to do what it takes to be together. And I think there's going to be, like, when it's time to compromise, both of these people are going to compromise for one another. There's a lot of romance. Like, this is the couple where one person is showing up with like flowers out of the blue, or like, I got you a cupcake, I got you this thing that you wanted, or you're into like watches, so I just randomly got you a watch on a random Wednesday evening. I think the excitement and the passion for these two is going to stay alive throughout the relationship. Both of these people have a wild side and they can show it to one another. There's a deep level of understanding that they offer one another. But again, this is rooted in love. This is rooted in emotional security and safety that allows both people to show up. I think when these two retire, they're really going to enjoy like spending time together. There's something about retirement coming through. So this is absolutely a life partner, right? Because sometimes we marry somebody and it doesn't last forever. For this group, it's feeling like, oh no, we're retiring together. For this group, there may be an early retirement. I think this beaver person, especially, I think this can be true for both, but especially the beaver person, is very financially put together. And I think early retirement is going to be possible for both. You may retire to a place that is like warm. That's coming through. There's going to be a healing of the inner child that is going to happen for both of these people, especially the dolphin, in this relationship, in this connection. These two are constantly, like, you're going to constantly spice things up. Again, not only within the bedroom, outside of the bedroom as well. I think there's going to be travel here, abroad. I would not be surprised if these two have like a home, a vacation home somewhere. Ireland is coming up as significant. Greece is coming up as significant. Italy is coming up as significant. So those could be travel destinations. That could be where you get married. That could be significant in other ways. Take it as it resonates. I think these two really enjoy also just spending time together. I'm hearing documentaries for some reason, so it could be that that's your vibe. I think these two are going to have some pets, more than one, possibly dog, maybe a cat. I don't know why I'm seeing a hedgehog. That is very specific, but that's what I'm seeing. I know it's not even legal to own them in all states because Pennsylvania will not let me own one, but that's a different story for a different day. Yeah, let's keep going. So we are going to look at the soul contract that you have with this person. So what is the soul contract between these two? Ooh, the wheel. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, there is abundance here. Death and rebirth. Okay. So your soul contract with this person is going to evolve. And we have the wheel and the death and rebirth card. I think for some of you, take it if it resonates, part of your soul contract is going to be a separation before you come together. If that's the case, I think you already know this person. Like, if you don't know who this is, I don't think this applies to you. If you do know who this is, this probably applies to you. And if you're in a place where you're like, listen, I don't want this person in my life, absolutely fine. You get to choose that. You have autonomy. You co-create. So you reject this and you bring something else in for you. But the soul contract here is one of rebuilding and building abundance and wealth. And I'm not only speaking to abundance and wealth in the form of financial or like finances, money, all of those things. It's so much deeper than that. This is about spiritual, emotional, mental, overall well-being, abundance, and wealth, and prosperity. Your soul contract with this person is that you are going to build a legacy. And part of what you are going to build is part of what your soul contract is. It's you, both of you, enjoying and making the best of what you are creating together. This almost feels like we are going to break generational trauma. We are going to break anything that is not in alignment with what we want, and we are going to create something beautiful from it. And renewal is part of this soul contract. So again, I said that when I was talking about the relationship, there's going to be constant like regeneration, renewal, constant reinventing yourselves and the relationship, and that's part of the soul contract. You're going to be many things to each other. For some of you, this is going to be like not only your spouse, but a future, like a business partner as well. Like a future business partner, like you start something with them. So let's take a look at how you can deepen the connection. So for those of you that don't know who this is, we're going to talk about how you deepen the connection right now, right? How do you draw this person in? For those of you that know who this is, we'll talk about that as well. So first and foremost, we have Judgment, the Two of Cups, and the King of Cups. I swear we had, oh yeah, we did have the King of Cups. Pile number 2. So how do you deepen the connection? For those of you that know who this is going to be a little bit tricky. So for those of you that know who this is and this person is not in your life, you deepen this connection by, like, it's going to be the same advice as to those people who don't know who this is. But for those of you who know who this is and this person is back in your life and you actually want them to be back in your life, you deepen this connection. First and foremost, you have to make peace with the past and let it be in the past. So if you are in a place where you know who this is and you've decided that, you know what, I want to give this another opportunity, I want to give this another chance, I'm here, I'm willing to try this again, you have to release the past. You have to release the history, because you cannot hold somebody accountable for what they did when they were a different version of themselves. Now, that is also an invitation for this person to show you who they are today. Believe them when they show you who they are today. But a reminder that you don't hold the resentment against them. Don't hold the past against them. And being willing to connect and be present and be open to this. For those of you that don't know who this person is, you deepen this connection to this person by doing your emotional healing, by checking in on yourself, by honoring yourself where you are at today in this moment, by giving yourself time and space to be where you are at without judgment. I just noticed the Judgment card. But by being fully present, also by deepening the connection to yourself. For this group especially, you are already connected to this person. So you can meditate on this person. You can write this person a letter. You can, and obviously you don't have to send it. You can ask for this person's higher self to come into a dream. So really building that connection, but ultimately also giving yourself what you need at this point in time, especially if that 3 of Swords that we talked about at the beginning is true for you, where there's a lot of like just heartbreak, there's a lot of pain, there's just a lot happening emotionally for you. Offering yourself time and space to be where you are and to give yourself what you need is very, very important. Also for this group, really romanticize your life and take yourself out on a romantic date. Treat yourself to something. Start to bring in the romance and the connection that you want. Start to create that in your life as it is and as it's possible, because it is very possible. Let's keep going. So this part is going to be advice for you, and then we're going to do charms, and then we're going to do initials. But first and foremost, this is something that you are ready to surrender to allow this to come in. This is just advice for you, my viewer. Surrender to trust. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. And pile number 2. Trust that what you know is true, and that if you know this person is meant to come in for you, trust and believe that that is exactly what is meant to happen. And also, it's okay to take advice, but you don't have to do what other people tell you to do. Ultimately, it's your life, it's your journey. Do what's right for you. Stay optimistic. Stay optimistic. Positive thinking and faith will bring romance into your life. So remaining optimistic, very important. And again, trusting what you know. Open yourself to love. It is safe for you to let your heart be seen. Don't be scared. And we talked about that because you had that 6 of Wands, that authenticity, that allowing yourself to be seen for who you truly are. Then we have soulmate. Your soulmate loves, accepts, and respects you unconditionally. And this is confirmation that this person is going to be a soulmate. This is also a reminder, pile number 2, that if somebody is trying to change you, if somebody is not respecting you, if somebody is not honoring you, they are probably not your soulmate. And then what do we have here? Obsession. Someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. So this is a message that if you're overthinking this, overanalyzing it, if you're having a hard time disconnecting from this, grounding yourself into the present moment and kind of surrendering it, right? It's a fine balance between I'm going to draw this in, but also I'm going to allow this to come into my life when it's meant to. I'm not going to force it. And for those of you that resonate with the message that you already know who this is, if there's like obsessive thoughts about the past, really grounding yourself in the in the present moment, and not allowing the past to infiltrate the present, especially if this person is showing up and they're showing you that they've made the changes that needed to be made or that things are different. Let's take a look at the affirmators. We have open-heartedness. I know that life and the people living it can be an absolute bummer sometimes, but I promise not to let unhappy chapters make me jaded. If I let negative experiences turn me sour, then the jerk wins. So I'll move on with an open and hopeful heart, if only because I hate losing to jerks. Hey, that's valid. And then we have integrity. I align with the center of myself, a glowing core of personal integrity. Emanating from this core is the knowledge that I never have to compromise who I am or what I want for anybody. I live a life that doesn't include settling unless I want to settle, in which case settling would be my idea of perfection and would cease to be considered settling. Ugh, paradoxes hurt. Yep. And that's the vibe. That's the vibe. Make sure that whoever you're connecting with, make sure they pass the vibe check. All right, so this card is going to give us the goddess that you can work with or that is ready to help you bring this together or just to support you. Let's take a look at who we have here. Ooh, we have Aphrodite with feminine power. I embrace my sensuality and deepen my inner love. I seek the beauty in everything. That's the vibe, especially when it comes to the advice for this group. That's definitely the vibe that was coming through. All right, so we are going to pull some charms. Let me grab my charms. I'm going to show you the case because I think it's the cutest thing. It says, Love is Eternal by Jack and Sally. All right, so we're going to pull some charms. Then we're going to pull some initials. And let's see what we get. All right, so first and foremost, the owl is here. There's a lot of wisdom. And I think that both of you have a lot of wisdom. There could be also synchronicities and signs and omens from birds that are coming through. We have the angel wing. So you do have angels that are willing to help you. I also think that you have a guardian angel that guards this connection for both of you. That if you were to call upon that guardian angel, there would be assistance here. We have the Eiffel Tower with Paris and France. To me, this speaks to romance. I think there's going to be so much romance here. I also talked about travel. What is this? There is a kid, a child. So we talked about the inner child for both of you and some healing there. But also for those of you that want to have children, that is confirmation there. Then we have this beautiful flower. So I did say that. I feel like this person is going to be very thoughtful. I would not be surprised if they show up with flowers on a random day just because they want to. Let's see what else we have. What are you? The whale. A lot of depth to this connection. This is a deep connection. This is somebody that you're going to be able to connect with deeply. Look at that. We have poison. No. So with this one, I think this is talking to the transformations that are always going to be happening in the connection and the growth. And also, I did say this for this group, it feels like there's a brand new beginning. For whatever reason, it's like there's the before and then there's the after. So once you connect with one another, a brand new beginning. We have the turtle. This is going to be reliable. This is going to be very grounded. There is a lot of abundance here. We have the crown. You're going to treat each other like royalty, but there's also going to be a lot of abundance built together, I think in the form of monetary abundance. Look at the angel wings here in the form of the heart. Again, there is a lot of angelic protection around this connection. More angel wings with the heart. This is a group where if you work with angels, working with angels on this is going to be, it would be very helpful. We have the acorn. This is going to be very I really get like grounded into reality. Also, earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn is going to be significant in this connection. And then we have the apple with more abundance coming through here. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of abundance in this connection. Let's pick some initials. All right, let's see what we get. So we have the letter U, U. Q, somebody's a queen. H, L, E, another E. Oh, we do. Are we going to have queen here? T, W, K. I'm hearing kit. Kit. I don't know if anybody's a kit. Maybe somebody lives in Queens, New York. That's coming through. The name William? William, something along those lines. Taylor. Trevor. I'm hearing honey. I don't know why I keep seeing queen. I don't see the N, but I keep seeing queen. All right, that's all I'm seeing. I'm sure when I go to edit this, I will see more. Let me know what you see in the comments. Also, claim this reading. I am ready for a passionate new beginning. Pile number 2, that is your affirmation, because that's exactly what this relationship is going to lead you into. But don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all the things that YouTube loves and that help me out so much. Share the video if you think it's worth sharing. Let me know what else you'd like to see next in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next poll. I usually post those on Tuesdays in the community section of YouTube. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the Persephone and Hades sticker. I'm going to place that right over there. As a reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. I did do a reading breakdown at the beginning of this video, which is timestamped below, which is going to help you know exactly what to expect and what is going to be answered during this reading. So I highly, highly suggest that you check that out. And we are going to get started by looking at who you are and who your future spouse is. So my intention is that my viewer is on the left and your future spouse is on the right. That being said, sometimes the energies can be flipped over. But if this doesn't sound like you and this doesn't sound like you, this is probably not your pile. So feel free to pick a different pile, or it could just be that this specific reading doesn't have a message for you, which is okay. So let's get started. So person number one, and again, this is my intention is that this is my viewer, is being represented by the zebra. Ooh, and the crocodile. And then we also have appreciation. And finally, communicate. Person number two, or your future spouse, is being represented by the gazelle. The dragon, okay. Mother Earth. And then finally, forgive. Okay, so let's talk about it. So I want to start with the zebra person, and I'm going to talk about the zodiac signs before we get started. As a reminder, even if your zodiac sign is not mentioned, that does not mean that it excludes you from the reading. It's just meant to offer you additional confirmation. So with the zebra, we have fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. With the crocodile, we have water energy with Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We have appreciation and communicate. So with appreciation, actually we have a little bit of everything represented here. Appreciation would be an earth sign, earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and communicate would be air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So everyone is represented on this side. And we'll talk about the gazelle when we get there. So for the purposes of this reading, this is going to be the zebra person. This is going to be the gazelle person. So who is the zebra person? This is someone who is very creative. This is someone who is also, I believe, not someone who necessarily fits in to what is considered normal, right? Normal. And I'm kind of hearing normal is vastly overrated. If you know Halloween Town, you know. If you know, you know. But this zebra person is someone who I'm honestly getting, and I know that this is a fire card, but I'm getting very heavy Aquarius vibes on this side. Like this is somebody who is living life to the beat of their own drum. This is someone who is not afraid to be eccentric. This is someone who is embracing their authenticity and who they are. I also think that there's a possibility that these two people are from different backgrounds, different cultures from one another. That's something that's coming through. And we'll talk more about that. And actually, you chose Persephone and Hades, who are quite literally from different worlds. So I think that that energy is being it's showing up here as well. So my zebra person is a visionary. My zebra person has a very strong third eye. I would not be surprised if this is somebody who is clairvoyant. This could also be somebody who is very clairsentient. So clear seeing, clear feeling. It could be that the zebra person receives guidance through their third eye or through their emotions, or a combination of those two. This zebra person is also very conscious about the world around them. Like, I really think this is someone who reads the news, someone who keeps up with world events, someone who enjoys to learn about different cultures and different customs is what I'm getting here. This zebra person has a vast amount of interest and hobbies. Like, this could be someone that is interested in many different things, and seemingly on the surface, those things may not make any sense, but that's just who this zebra person is. I also feel like the zebra person has a lot of experience and has learned a lot of lessons through experience and through going through certain events. This person has picked up a lot of wisdom that they now have at their disposal. And the thing is, the zebra person is very wise, and the zebra person can be very patient. Like, this is somebody who can really wait things out, someone who can really allow things to unfold how they are supposed to. There is a silent strength and power to the zebra person that I don't think people necessarily see on the surface. So this is someone who they're a lot stronger than what they come across. But don't get it wrong. Like, I think once someone gets to know this person, they realize the strength that is there. But at first glance, I think it can be surprising to know the type of power that the zebra person wields. And one thing about the zebra person is that once their mind is made up, once they have chosen a path, they are incredibly dedicated and determined to see it through. And I will also say the zebra person is very instinctual and intuitive. So once this person reads the energy and makes up their mind, it's like no stopping them. I will also say the zebra person may take a little bit longer to make a decision, but once they decide, it's because they are 100% sure. And I have to say, I think at times that can make the zebra person a little bit of hard headed or a little bit rigid when it comes to certain things. But overall, this is someone who is able to read the room, read vibes, and really, again, really connect to their intuition and their instincts. I would say for this person, they have more instincts than intuition is the way I would describe that. And one thing about the zebra person is they know when it's time to take a step back and they know when it's time to go within. This is somebody who knows how to check in with their body and say, you know what, I'm exhausted, time to go within. Or this is somebody who can really appreciate it's not time yet, so I am going to wait. And one thing about the zebra person, this person can wait for the perfect opportunity to attack. It's like, I am going to wait, but when it's my time, there's no holding me back. There's no keeping me away from what is meant to me, what is meant for me. And one thing about the zebra person is that as long as they honor their intuition and their instincts and their wisdom, they're going to be on the right path. This is somebody who is on the path they're supposed to be. The zebra person is very good when it comes to giving advice. Again, there's a lot of wisdom here. So this is somebody who can really give sound advice to their friends and loved ones. But I also think that this is somebody who can really explain things in a way that is easy to understand. For some, the zebra person could be very good at like investing, like financial investments. I think some of the zebras are very good at that because this person is reading, this person is getting the information. Again, Aquarius, Uranus vibes very strongly here. And one thing about the zebra person is that they can really be present and appreciate where they're at on their journey. Like, this isn't somebody who wants to just get to the destination. This is somebody who can really enjoy the journey to get there. But it's very important for this person to rest, and it's very important for this person to really connect and go within when they are feeling stuck. Because usually when the zebra person is feeling stuck, it's because something isn't flowing in the way that it's supposed to. And that's why I said for this person, when their intuition and their instincts are being allowed to free flow, they are connected, they are plugged in, and they are aligned to their purpose. But if they are out of alignment, taking a time out, especially when they're feeling stuck, to go within and connect, super important. The third eye for this person is very powerful. Now let's talk about the gazelle. So with the gazelle, we have fire represented, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. With the dragon, it's a spirit card in this deck, so all signs are represented. With the Mother Earth, we have some earth energy, which would be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And with the Forgive card, I would say that's very watery energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So essentially, we have everyone represented on both sides of this, but I just wanted to mention it. So Who is this gazelle? First and foremost, something that these two have in common is their ability to read energy and their ability to connect to their instincts and receive information. This gazelle person is also a visionary. This is someone who can see things clearly and who can identify patterns before anyone else notices it's a pattern. This is also someone who can identify, it's almost like this person can identify trends and patterns in a way that really benefits them. I would not be surprised if either of these two work in finance or they have some sort of investment background, because it's coming through for both. And this gazelle person is very good when it comes to going within and figuring out where they are at in their path. So this is somebody who is constantly going within and asking themselves, am I where I'm supposed to be? And for the gazelle person, being able to manifest what they desire, but especially when it comes to material, tangible things, is super important. I think a big drive for the gazelle is to be able to have exactly what it is that they want. And I think a lot of that does fall into, like, I just want to have material security. I want to have this car. I want to have, like, and it's not even in a way that they want to show off, but it's like they want to have these luxuries for themselves. This is somebody who does have a good amount of earth energy. I would not be surprised if the gazelle has like an earth rising, moon, or they have significant planets in earth, like in an earth sign. It could be Venus in an earth sign, especially Taurus or Capricorn. But this gazelle person, this is somebody that, and they could be born on a year of the dragon, the year of the dragon. But this gazelle person is somebody who is very aware and someone who has the ability to transcend. And I think that their perception is super powerful. Like, they have the perception and they can change their perspective as needed. So there's something that's very flexible about the gazelle, I would say more so than the zebra. And the gazelle can be quite artistic and quite creative. But I think that the way the creativity presents for this gazelle person is more about being creative in how they solve certain situations, certain problems. So it's more creativity in a very tangible, in a very practical way. This is somebody who is very innovative. I would not be surprised if the gazelle is like a people manager at somewhere or like a business owner, and they constantly reinvent what they offer or how they approach the work. And the gazelle person is somebody who is very much on the go. This is somebody who can be a bit of a workaholic, somebody who can burn themselves out because they're constantly going. And I think that the gazelle person is more extroverted than the zebra, though I do think the zebra can be extroverted. There's a bit of ambivert here, whereas the gazelle person feels a lot more extroverted. And one thing about the gazelle person is they are always thinking. They are always trying to be one step ahead. So this is somebody who is very busy. This is somebody who is quite on the go. This is somebody that may struggle with being present. Like, I think this is somebody who is very future focused. And for some, the gazelle person may even struggle when it comes to sleeping. Like, they may have insomnia, or they may struggle to fall asleep or to stay asleep. And that's because they're always on the go. And one thing about the gazelle person is that they are meant to learn how to ground themselves in the present moment and how to be fully present. That is part of their purpose. That is part of the lessons they are here to learn. And I want to say, this gazelle person is very nurturing and very caring, but you have to be in their circle for them to be that. So this isn't somebody who is like super welcoming or super nurturing or like a provider to just anyone. But if this person cares about you, they make sure that you're all right. And I think that physical touch and gifts are some of the love languages for this gazelle person. But what I will say is, I don't think the gazelle person necessarily holds on to things. Like, this seems like somebody who isn't really holding on to resentments. Like, this feels like somebody who is able to let things go, but they may just be able to let it go, but you're just not welcome back into my life. But I'm not going to hold on to any animosity. I'm not going to hold on to the past. And I will say, that's one thing about this gazelle person. They're not holding on to the past. They are so focused on the future that they're not somebody who is wasting time on the past. When it comes to these two, I have to honestly say, I think these two are either high-level soulmates, or this could very well be a divine counterpart situation. That's something that's coming in very strongly. And I think that these are two very strong individuals that are going to come together and create something beautiful. There's also the potential to create a lot of abundance through this marriage, through this connection. All right, let's look at how will you meet? Like, what's going on? How do you meet this person? For those of you that already know who this is, this could be more of confirmation. But let's take a look at the Empress. I got a very specific message. I'll give it to you in a minute, but that was okay. 2 of Wands. Okay, yup. And then, wow, the Star. Okay. So, pile number 3. Some of you may meet this person either on vacation or at like a spa or some form, maybe the gym. That could be it. It feels like there is a focus on self-care, health, and maybe even fitness. So for some of you, how you meet this person is you meet them while you're on vacation or they're on vacation. Like, there's something about somebody possibly traveling when you meet. Like, both of you could be on a vacation, or one or the other is on a vacation, and maybe it could be a work trip as well. I'm being clarified, work trip. But there's an energy that for some of you, you meet this person while you or them or both of you are traveling. There's also a message here about meeting this person. I mentioned this, but it feels like it could be at like a spa, a gym, physical therapy, a chiropractor. There's something that feels very involved with the body of when you meet this person. There is a level of self-care happening. And yeah, a vacation could absolutely be like self-care, that I'm just, I'm doing what I need to do for myself. I think there's going to be instant recognition. For this group especially, there's instant recognition where you see this person and you may not know exactly who they are, but they may feel very familiar, and it may feel, this is kind of like, oh, okay, like I feel like I'm supposed to be here, or I feel like this is a significant point in my life. I think there is going to be pretty instant attraction here, like physical attraction. I like what I see. I like who you are as well. If you do meet on vacation, there's a good chance there is a body of water nearby. Mexico is coming up as significant. I don't know why that's coming up as significant. Take that only if it resonates. But how you connect to this person, you are doing your thing and this person is just there. I don't feel like this is an online situation. I don't feel like this is you actively seeking this out. Like, it feels like you're both doing your own thing, and it just so happens that the person is there. Some of you may meet this person at a, not only at a spa, but like maybe you're getting a haircut. Maybe it's like at a hair salon, nail salon, something along those lines. Like, there's a service that some of you will be receiving, or you will be there for the same reasons when this person shows up, and that's how you connect to one another. I will also say, with this Two of Wands being here, follow your intuition, especially if you are being intuitively led to go somewhere or to travel or to try something, because this feels like, it doesn't feel like you're going to meet this person at a place that you always go to. So this isn't like you meet this person because you go to the spa every week, every Thursday at 7 p.m. It's like, oh, I was called to do something different and I came here and my person just happens to be here. So it feels like there's a lot of synchronicity around this, where you both end up at the right place at the right time. But it's not like a place where either of you are probably regulars. And for some of you, it could be a work trip. I'm trying to see if anything else is coming through. Nope. All right, let's take a look at timing. So when will you meet? We have the 10 of Pentacles. I will pick that up in a minute. We have 9 with something comes to an end. 9 days, 9 weeks. I'm going to put that there because I actually forgot to cover that. YouTube doesn't like nudity, and even though it's an image, it's still considered nudity. Then we have Aquarius with January 20th through February 18th, and it's the number 11. Give a fresh impetus with 11 weeks, 11 months. So, pile number 3. If I'm honest, I don't think this is weeks for most of you. I do think it could be 9 to 11 months. For some of you, it may be weeks. It may be sooner than that. But I think for most of you, we're looking at months, especially because the 10 of Pentacles is here, and Pentacles is very slow-moving energy. But pile number 3. As far as when, I think when you meet this person, it's not so much about when as in a time frame, but I think it's like when as in what's happening for both of you. And I think with the 10 of Pentacles being here, oh, I just realized I've said there's a lot of Aquarius energy here, and that's the Aquarius card. But when it comes to you meeting this person, it's you are thriving. And you're not thinking about this. Like, this isn't, I said this earlier, this isn't something that you are seeking out. For some of you, where you meet this person, there's going to be other people around. There may be an introduction through a coworker or a friend. Let's take a look at what is your future spouse going to love about you. We have, 2 of Wands again. So this is the second 2 of Wands for this group. We have the Ace of Wands, Page of Pentacles, the Chariot. Okay, so I'm going to describe what I'm getting. Take what resonates. Some of it is going to be physical attributes. Others are going to be more just who you are as a person. So as far as physically, I think there's something that your future spouse is going to be really attracted to. And for some of you, it's your fashion. How you dress is going to be very attractive to your future spouse. For some of you, I'm also getting like the booty area, like the hips, booty area. So your butt, pile number 3, is going to be very attractive. There's something about like your body is very attractive to this person. They like the way that you move, something about the way that you walk. I'm seeing like somebody walking and like hips are swaying. Or like there's something about the strut. There's something about the way that you walk, the way that you carry yourself that this person is going to find very attractive. I'm trying to think, trying to see here what else we have. So I also think that there's something about you that is very grounded, very you're able to you ground them in a way. And I don't even necessarily think that it's because you yourself are grounded at all times, but this just feels more like you are grounded, and as a result, or like you are there in that present moment, and as a result, they feel grounded to the present. Like when they are spending time with you, they feel fully connected to that point in time and to that moment. So they really love that about you. They love that you can make everything feel okay. I'm sorry, pile number 3. I had to stop there for a quick second. There was a dog barking and I was so distracted, and I'm usually distracted, as easily distracted. So, as I was saying, your presence in your future spouse's life makes them feel like they are exactly where they are meant to be. And it makes them feel like they can be present and here in the now. Whereas I think for your future spouse, it always feels like they're chasing something. When you are around, they don't feel like they have to do that. So that they love that about you because you are a grounding force in their life. Some of you are very good at giving a massage, and you may be giving your future spouse some massages that they're going to love. Your future spouse loves your ability to make decisions and your confidence when doing so. Your future spouse is absolutely going to love how you are able, to stick to your convictions. Like you know what you want, you know who you are, and you stand tall in the truth of that. Your future spouse also, there's something about activities that you are both going to enjoy doing together that your future spouse is going to love spending time with you. Where it's, either a hobby that you two share together, or it's like traveling together, but they love spending time with you and they love doing very specific things with you. Your future spouse is also going to love your creativity and your ability to create. If you are a mother or will be, that is something that like your future spouse is going to absolutely adore you for, admire you for, and that's something your future spouse is going to love about you. You're also very graceful, and your future spouse loves that about you. You're strong, pile number 3. There's like a lot of strength here as well. All right, pile number 3. Let's get into the actual relationship, your love story, what's going on here. First cards first, we have 7 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Page of Swords, 6 of Swords, Temperance, and we have the Queen of Cups. So when it comes to this relationship, to your love story with your future spouse, there's a few things that are coming up here. First and foremost, I think that one of the ways that you are really going to connect with your future spouse has to do with your communication. Like both of you are going to understand one another. This is the type of connection that you don't even have to say a word. Like you can just look at one another and you know exactly what the other person is talking about or what they're trying to communicate to you. I also think that this is going to be a relationship where you are able to talk to your partner when something comes up and they're able to talk to you and you're able to bring it up and resolve the issues as they occur. But as far as your love story, I think one of the most beautiful things about this connection is that both of you have, both of you choose one another and you have options. Like you have different options, but yet you choose one another. You decide that this is what you want. And I almost feel like, especially for you, pile number 3, your future spouse is somebody who, I think this is somebody who has a lot of dating experience. And I think this is someone who, if I'm honest, they weren't always quick to commit to a relationship, but there's something about you and who you are that makes them want to commit to you, that makes them want to marry you. And it's almost like this person changes their outlook on relationships when they connect with you. And I'm not saying that in a way of like you're not like other girls, right? And that's not what I'm saying, but I do feel that this is going to be for both of you, right? Because I think both of you are going to choose one another when there's other things that you can do, when there's other options, when there's other choices. And I think both of you decide to commit to one another, but especially with the gazelle, whoever the gazelle is, and I think for most of you that is your future spouse, there is that like, I am ready to give everything up to be with this person. Like, I don't need to party. I don't need to hang out with other people. I don't need to have these situationships. And I almost feel like for one or both of you, that almost comes as a little bit of a shock because I don't think this person or whoever it is was expected. Like, either, like, I think for the gazelle, right? So I don't think the gazelle was expected to settle down and to, like get married and have a family. And it could be both of you, but definitely for the gazelle, that energy is coming through of, I just don't think it's what's expected. So it comes as a little bit of a surprise. I also feel for one or both of you, there's a complete like life change that happens as a result of this connection and how you connect to one another. I do think this is a connection where children are quite possible for most of you, if not all of you, where it could be that you want a family, you want to have children in this connection. If that's the case, I absolutely see that happening here. But there is this strong connection that you build with one another, and it almost transforms your life in a good way. Like, this feels like it transforms your life in the best way possible, where both of you become the priority for the other person, and where the type of life that you lived before is not exactly what you are currently living when you are with your partner. And that being said, that's not a bad thing. Like, that is not a bad thing. That is a very, like, that feels like it's a positive thing for both of you. And it almost feels like people from the outside looking in are going to be surprised by the level of transformation that happens in both of your lives. I would not be surprised if one or both of you ends up moving as a result of this connection as well. Like, it could be that you move somewhere together, or you meet this person at a distance and one person travels and or moves to kind of bridge the gap with the other person. And again, pile number 3, you chose Persephone and Hades. They are from 2 different worlds, and she has to spend half the year with him and then she comes back. So that's kind of all at play here, which is very interesting. But I do feel this is going to be a deeply transformative connection where you are both building something completely new with one another. There's a lot of trust. There's a lot of honesty here, open communication. I think you both encourage one another. And I think that there's constant evolution of the relationship, of the comfort level. It's like you are constantly growing together in your understanding of one another and in the way that you relate to one another. I have to say, I think as a result of this connection, some of you will be walking away from certain people, certain relationships, certain ways of being. Like, it could even be like you, again, you end up moving. For some of you, I do think there is going to be a move that happens as a result of the marriage, as a result of the relationship. Like, whether it's at the beginning or eventually, there is some sort of like, we pick up and we go somewhere else. We move, we relocate to some degree somewhere else. This feels like it's going to be a very nurturing, equal partnership. Your partner wants to hear your thoughts. You want to hear your partner's thoughts. I said this already, but there is a lot of compromising, a lot of trying to understand, trying to make the other person comfortable. And you're both doing that for one another. So I do feel this is going to be a very happy connection. I do think there will be trips here that you're going to take together. I also think that you're going to build the life that you want. And there's something about the home that you are going to build together. And this feels like the actual house that you're going to live in, the actual house that you are going to buy. For some of you, you are going to build your house from the ground up with this person. There's a lot of harmony in the home. There's a lot of harmony in the relationship. It feels very easy. It feels very natural to relate to one another. Pile number 3, I actually want to look into the soul contract. Let's get into that because this is a very interesting vibe that you both have going on here. So what is the soul contract? Page of Cups. The Empress, very interesting. And the Two of Cups. I did say this. I think for my pile number 3s, this is a high level soulmate, or this is like a divine counterpart. You can call them a twin flame. There's a deeper, stronger connection here, and you are meant to come together. For some of you, what you are meant to create with one another is like a child. Like, you are meant to have a child. For some of you, that will only resonate if you are open to children, if that's something that you want. If that's not something that you want, ignore this part. But I think for some of you, there is a spirit baby that is connected to both of you, that is ready to come into this world as a result of your marriage, your connection to this person. In addition to that, the soul contract is one of pure love. It's one of both of you growing emotionally, both of you growing in your understanding of love and in your expression of love. And not only how you express love, but how you receive love is going to be coming up for my pile number 3s in this connection. That is part of your contract with this person, is to heal your ideas about love and what you thought is possible, which makes sense because I keep getting one or both of you. It's possible that one or both of you did not plan to get married or did not plan to have like a super serious relationship. And it's like this person comes in, and I think it's you coming in for this gazelle person. Or again, it could be both of you having the same type of energy, and it changes everything. It makes it so that there is that openness to marriage and that openness to a serious, committed relationship. And that's part of what this contract is. It's feeling that connection, feeling love, feeling what almost unconditional love feels like, and feeling what it's like, experiencing what it's like to love someone and have someone love you that sees you exactly for who you are and accepts you, and someone that you do not have to hide from, someone that you do not have to pretend to be something that you are not for. There's a lot of yin and yang. There's a lot of divine masculine, divine feminine. This really does feel like a divine counterpart connection coming together. And it was destined. And I think this is somebody that you have had quite a bit of past lives with, if I'm being honest. Like, I think there's a deep connection that goes deeper than just this lifetime for those of you that do believe in past lives. Let's look at how you can deepen this connection. And for those of you who don't know who this is, these are things that you can do now just to feel connected to this person, but also to bring them in. For those of you who may already know who this is a way that you can connect to them at a deeper level if you're already connected to them. So let's take a look. We have the Empress twice. Did we have the Empress before? 3 times. We have the Empress 3 times. Okay, pile number 3. Then we have the 7 of Pentacles. And finally, we have the Fool. So in order to deepen this connection, if you know who this person is, I'm going to talk about that first because I think that's the quicker, easiest of the messages. But if you already know who this person is, if you're going through a period where things may be feeling stale, it's absolutely time to shake things up, and it's time to bring back the romance. And if you know who this person is and everything is going well, I think this is also speaking to just bringing in more of the physical, intimate connection and making sure that physical touch is present, making sure that you are planning dates, that you're planning new adventures. Keep it fresh. That's the message I'm getting for those of you who know who this is. Keep it fresh, and don't be afraid to bring up if something is not feeling 100% correct. Also, if you know who this is, as far as deepening the connection, you may be called to have a little bit of patience at this time. So if something isn't moving according to plan, or something is taking a little bit longer, you're being called to have a little bit more patience, because there's something that is not visible to you just yet. Now, for those of you who haven't met this person yet, you don't know who this is, in order to deepen the connection, self-care, self-love. The more you practice self-care, self-love, the closer you get to this person. This is also a reminder for those of you who do not know who this is. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to follow your gut, your intuition, your instincts, especially when it comes to maybe wanting to explore something different. Maybe wanting to, I'm being called to go on this trip. So listening to those intuitive hints of maybe it's time to book an appointment at a spa. Maybe it's time to try that nail salon or that hair salon that I've been thinking about. Maybe it's time to book that solo vacation. Really following your intuition and stepping out of your comfort zone, I think, is going to be important, and stepping into that independence and into that adventurous side that you have. Pile number 3 can be very helpful to align yourself to this person. And here's the thing, it's going to happen. It's meant to happen, but that's what you can do to help it along. Also, pile number 3, you are way closer than what you realize. So especially if you are doubting this, or you feel like it's not going to happen, or you feel like it's going to take a lot longer, there's a lot of this that is already coming together that you do not realize. I think for most of you, by the end of this year, this is a timeless reading. So whenever it is that you're watching this, but I'm recording this in March 2025, by the end of this year, which is about 9 months away. Actually, we did get that. Didn't we get the 9 for you guys? Yeah, the 9, which is about 9 months away. I think for most of you, you will have already met this person, or there's been some sort of forward movement with this person, or your understanding of how this is going to work that is going to confirm what you know in your heart. Let's take a look at what is the advice for you, my viewer. So we're going to start by looking at the Power of Surrender card that is meant for you. This is something that you are meant to surrender at this time. Surrender to rest and sleep, to prevent burnout, slow down. Honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. This makes sense for this group because I think this is a group that is constantly going regardless of who you are, whether you are the zebra person or the gazelle person. I do think that these are two people that can work quite a bit and can be pretty busy, especially the gazelle. For the zebra person, if you are the zebra person and you're feeling stuck, you're feeling disconnected, you are feeling out of alignment, this is especially for you because with that crocodile being there, when you give yourself a timeout, when you give yourself time to regroup, that is when things start to pick up for you. So it may seem counterintuitive, but especially if you are the zebra person, giving yourself a break if you're feeling stuck or if you're feeling trapped or if you're feeling like stagnant in any ways, it's going to help you move forward. And it's going to help this move forward as well. Let's see what else we have. They are the one. You have already met the romantic partner you seek. For some of you, you've already met this person. Take that if it resonates. I think for others of you, I hit on this earlier. You're going to recognize each other. There's going to be recognition. You're going to know this is your person, and you are both going to be 100% sure about that, which is why it's going to be so helpful for both of you. Like to really lean into this and say, this is what I want. And even though maybe this isn't what I was planning for, this is exactly what I want. And I have no problem course correcting or changing the trajectory of my life. We have beware of codependency. Addictive behaviors are affecting your romantic life. So pile number 3. And I'm not really getting this for many of you, but if there is a level of unhealthy codependency, because codependency is healthy, we are social creatures. We are meant to be in connection and relationship, but being mindful of that. And this could represent like a anxious attachment style for one or both of you. But really working through that if that's something that is coming up for you. And also, if you are having doubts that this is going to happen, I think that it's also about bringing that into balance and understanding that not only is this meant for you, but it's not going to be taken from you. We have time apart. Some distance will help bring clarity. So for some of you, you may know who this is. And you could be in separation right now. And if you are in separation on how to deepen the connection, it's the same advice as like the people that do not know who this is at all. It's like you're closer than you think. Focus on yourself. Focus on what needs to happen. Self-care, self-love. An apology. You can expect the apology you want to hear. Pile number 3. Do you know this person? Let me know in the comments. Do you know this person? I'm very curious now. But I think for my pile number 3s, if you do know this person, they're probably closer than what you think. And now I want to give a disclaimer. If you know this person and you know you don't want them back, that's fine. Pick a different pile or change. Like once you make that decision, you don't want this person, you don't have to worry about it. But for those of you that do want this person back, you know who this is, there could be an apology coming very soon. And it could be that for you, that 9 to 11 months is more of when this kind of starts to take root, or it could even be when you actually get married or engaged. Take that as it resonates. For those of you, I almost forgot. For those of you who don't know who this is you not having this person in your life yet. And I think for some of you, there is impatience here of, I am ready to meet my person. Where are they? What's taking so long? And this apology, it's making peace with where you are at, forgiving yourself for any missteps you may be either thinking that you've taken or you may be judging yourself for. Very important. Let's take a look at the affirmators we have for you. We have levity. Laughter is the best legal medicine, and it looks like it's time for you to take a sweet, sweet hit of it. When someone annoys you or a plan goes awry, try finding something funny in there. And if you ever feel like the butt of the joke, remember that the only difference between someone laughing at you and someone laughing with you is the fact that in the first version, you're not laughing. You always have the option, so opt to lighten up. It's legal in almost 200 countries. Let's see what else we have. Vulnerability. I allow myself to talk about feelings without fear of external judgment or internal drama. When I express my feelings, a couple of funny things happen. 1, I feel like a kindergartner. 2, everything gets lighter, easier, and filled with the comforting glow of honesty. Hey, no wonder those kindergartners seem so fun and stress-free. Pile number 3, this is going to be a goddess that is supporting you at this time, and this is a message that is meant for you. We are then going to follow this with charms and initials. Let's see who we have for you. We have green Terra with protection, and it says your circumstances are shifting. You are protected. Begin to loosen your grip on fears and worries. And pile number 3, I also think Persephone can be a goddess for you. That's coming through. Persephone can absolutely be a goddess for you. We are going to place that right over there. We are going to pick some charms for you. I want to show you where I keep my charms because it's so cute. All right, so let's take a look. I'm going to try to look away and not make a mess, but so far it has not been working. All right. Let's see what we have. First and foremost, we have this beautiful leaf. Fall can be very significant for this group. Also, pay attention to synchronicities and, again, a vacation, traveling. But I think the fall season can be very significant for this group. We have the Hamsa. So this is spiritually guided. I do feel for most of you, this is a divine counterpart. What is this? Ooh, we have the mermaid and we have the Queen of Cups here as well. So there's something magical about this connection. And I think there's something magical about the two of you as well. I believe this is the dragonfly. Again, that like magic. Some of you may start to dream about your person. If you know who this is, you may already be dreaming of them. And this is somebody that you can invite them to your dreams, and I do believe they'll show up. I also think for some of you, pile number 3, you may have very prophetic dreams. So paying attention to your dreams and to the guidance that you receive. Let's see what we have here. Made with love. Yeah. Some of you, look at that. Some of you will be creating like a family, having a child with this person. What is this? I'm sorry, I'm about to show it to you. I don't know what this is. I've never pulled this. I think it's a snowflake. Yeah, that's a snowflake. Pile number 3, you're meant for one another. There's something that's going to be very unique about this person and about the connection that is not going to compare to anyone else. And I think that's why for one or both of you, it's like, I'm willing to settle down. I'm willing to do things that maybe I didn't think were for me, that I keep getting that. Like, it's almost like I wasn't planning on getting married. I wasn't planning on a serious committed relationship, but here I am and I'm all in. This is giving like George Clooney and Amal Clooney vibes. I know that's very specific, but I don't think you're going to be that age when you meet each other. I will say that. Then we have the moon here, a lot of unknowns still, but also you have a deep connection to one another. You can call this person in. And then we have the triangle. For some reason, I'm seeing this as a pyramid. You're going to be building something. Also, Egypt could be very significant for this connection. Take that if it resonates, because I don't know why I saw that as a pyramid. I've pulled it before and I've never seen it as a pyramid. But we are going to pull initials. I'm not looking, I promise. Let's see what we have. There we go. All right, let's see. So this could be any words, initials. We have IF, Finland could be important. L, I again. A. N. M. Manny. I don't know why I got Manny or where I got Manny from, but that's coming through. R. Somebody here could work in the medical field. Maybe you meet this person while getting an MRI. Don't know why that came through, but that came through. We have the O there. Forever. I'm seeing forever, even though all the letters aren't there. I'm seeing that form. This is going to be a life partner or forever relationship. A lot of international travel for this group is coming through. Nadine, Nancy, Rylan. That's a name. Rylan. Rylan. I know the Y isn't there, but I'm getting that name. I'm not seeing anything else. I'm sure you guys can see it because as soon as I start recording, I always see like 10 things I missed. But let me know what you see in the comments below. Pile number 3. Let's see. What is your affirmation? I'm kind of on the fence with this one. I am shifting into love. There we go. I am shifting into love. Because there are some shifts that are happening here, and I think that's going to shift you right into love. And you know what? You are love. I am love. Forget that. You are love. I am love, and I receive love. Pile number 3. That is your affirmation. I am love, and I receive love. Claim it in the comments. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what else you'd like to see next. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. All the things that YouTube loves that helps me out so much. Thank you for being here. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now.